Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Happy, what is it, Tuesday? Happy Tuesday to you. We're going to take a look at Injective protocol here, kind of see what's going on, and just kind of recognize big picture. It does look like we could continue further up based on Elliott wave on the daily, but there is also potential for further downside because we've been up for some time. Now, I'm speculating we might see a very large cup and handle pattern, but we'll take a look at that and much more. So be sure to stick around to the end because there's some fruitful information here today that should help you make an informed decision. And obviously, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love to teach people to trade. You want to become a better trader? CryptoCash.tech is a website. We took healthy profits, nice 50% from Bitcoin yesterday from a short from 28,000 to 27,000. That is still open. We're leaving a little bit left in the chamber in case it continues to go lower, build that extra equity, if you will. So with Injective protocol, what we want to look at is a couple of things. First of all, RSI and MACD. We are coming close to 50 on the RSI. Money flow index is coming down equal to the RSI, so that's not a big concern, but we are kind of right at that point where if the price goes any lower, we'll be quote unquote bearish and we would have potential further downside. Now, with this candle wick down and the price action recovering here today, it tells me we should be okay, but once again, you never truly know with Bitcoin being on the edge of disaster at 27,400. Maybe lose that support. If we do lose that support, we can see a continuation here for the divergence and the price will continue lower. But there's really nothing here that's totally bullish. I would not recommend buying the dip unless, of course, this is a dollar cost average type of scenario for you and you are kind of in those position where the price action that you believe it's going to keep going up for a long time and you want to long-term invest in this coin. Okay, that's the only case in which you want to probably do that. That being said, let's take a look at some smaller time frames just to identify and quickly note the 20-day simple moving average. We lost that, and that's now a resistance, which is a common, very, very common, ascending type of trend. And then, of course, we can see the 50-day is a little ways away at $5.40. So when it comes to the 4-hour, what we want to kind of look at here is a few things. First things first, moving averages, the 200-day SMA is working its way up to $6.12. That does reaffirm that 650 could be the new support. We may also see somewhat of a double bottom pattern. This happens very consistently when Bitcoin goes sideways and altcoins continue to retest that resistance. We might see that. There's a potential reality there, but I wouldn't bank on it because that's just a pattern that's not even halfway complete, right? That being said, we did reject off 50 on the RSI, this common resistance level. So if you can kind of see this definitive line in the sand, as soon as the price went underneath 50 on the RSI, we can see the price action has remained bearish. If you see in its past here, when the price was above 50 on the RSI, you can see this level here, the price action was somewhere in this range when it was above 50 in the RSI, right? So it does great things when you're above the tracks there, or right side of the tracks, whatever. But right now we have that, and concurrently we're losing momentum on the convergence. So these are also both bearish signs. So it's really not a lot of good stuff on the daily and the 4-hour. I'm not saying you should short this bad boy, but I'm not saying you should take a long either. It does look like it wants to continue lower, and with it being kind of in the upper range here, failing to make a higher high, that is not a good sign. Okay, the key takeaway here is this next low needs to be higher in order for us to have a potential reversal and a continuation of the upside. All right, so again, fairly good stuff there. I guess, if you will, it's stabilizing, but I don't really love what I see here. Let's take a quick look at the cloud, and this is something that kind of is both good and bad, right? We're above the cloud, that's fantastic, but lagging span's almost intersecting with the price action. If you have no idea what I'm talking about here, I have an Ichimoku Cloud video if you want to search for that and see what I am referring to here, but there's 3 things in this one indicator, which is nice. It's a good confirming indicator. So the bottom line is we're holding above the cloud, that's good. If we can do that for a little bit longer, we might be okay to be able to see a continuation up. However, conversion line is above the baseline, but it's starting to come back down. You can kind of see it tapering off. And the lagging span is free and clear price action, but soon to intersect. So I think within the next 3 to 4 hours, we're going to see a potential reversal here, or just more importantly, confirmation as to which direction it wants to head. Okay, we close above the cloud, all good. We close below, not so great. I think at this point here, we're looking at one of those situations where, with the amount of volume that we're seeing, an increased amount of volume, if you see this here really quick, hard push for volume right here and got rejected. When you see a lot of increased volume with the green candle closing as a gravestone, that's never a good sign. It shows that we have much more selling pressure than we originally expected, and the price should continue lower from here. So to me, Injective protocol, Injective, whatever you want to call it, it's really a coin that needs to continue to mature at this price point. And what I mean by that is that there's not a lot of volume at this level. And that really concerns me because obviously there's not a lot of volume in general. But if you look at the big picture here, you can see that this coin is very used to a low price point of $2. With this being at 7, and that's a previous high as well here at about 10, you can kind of see this line here where the price is going to have difficulty crossing that level. So if all goes well, we continue to bounce here and retest $10 and potentially break, reaffirm that as a support and continue higher. We'd be in price discovery for the year. If we don't do that, there's a good chance we probably see the price continue to bounce here and inevitably break down. We need to be able to close above this level here at 730 and have more volume at this range in order to have any benefit or potential for further upside. So to me, I'm leaning more towards bearish behavior here moving forward. I think that these doji candles are very concerning. We've got a dragonfly followed by a gravestone. That's never a good sign. Those are not good candlestick patterns. All right. That's where we're at there. Hopefully this was beneficial and it made sense for you. One last quick favor, if you could please go ahead and join our Twitter community here and hopefully help follow us and grow the community, because again, we're bringing out a lot of good fundamental and technical aspects to the community, making sure you know specifically everything that you need to know, and it's a much better and ideal format for being kind of quickly in the know, because we got a ton of fundamental catalysts, a lot of different things that kind of factor in, and it's important to look at these things. Okay, so just friendly advice, help us out with that. And also, if you want to become a better trader, I recommend BitGet. We have a promotion right now running for the end of the month, and that gives you cash back. We also have really awesome benefits with them too, with actually our trading. We have trading competitions in most cases either every month or every other month, and those range between 5 to 10,000. So awesome stuff there. Anyways, thanks again for joining me here. Appreciate your help. Look forward to working with you. Have a great rest of your day. See you soon.